Hey, hi everyone, this is Shiva here. I work as Head of Sales Engineering at Field Proxy. So today let's look into customer visit and inventory management process using our Field Proxy application. So before I show you the whole process and how it works, what does this solve for you, right? So if we have a field team and they go pay visits to customers regularly and they collect orders and check out inventory at the customer place, this is the solution we provided for you, right? So let us first start off with the web portal view. So there are two views, as I said. One is for web portal, another one is for your field teams. That is the mobile application. So the web portal is precisely for managers to assign visits to their team, right? So this is how the web portal looks like, and there are a set of customers details who you prior already enter into the database. And let's say today you want a visit to be done to a customer called John. So you just click on fill entry and then you assign it to one of your agents. So let's say Velavan, right? And then you want the the visit to be done today, and then you apply, click on changes, and then you save it. So once it's done, it gets updated on the mobile application for your agent, right? So your agent just needs to go into the customer visit and inventory management details, and now as you see, there's a visit that is assigned to him, right? So on the page you can see the customer name and the location that he has to go to, and the mobile number, etc. So now Velavan has just need to go into this customer's location and do a check-in. So during a check-in, sometimes when you visit a customer, you want to know some data points, right? While you're having a conversation with the customer, etc. So there's all these details that are required, for example, phone number, address, etc., there. And you can also see the history, how many times prior the visits have done, by which agents, and whatever the status of the or task nodes have been updated prior, right? All the visit history is there. And you can also check in the inventory history as well, right? For the products that have been sold, whatever happened, all these details, right? And then you need to check in. So the check-in can happen from the exact location of the customer which has been tagged before, right? Otherwise the check-in doesn't happen. So they need to click on save location and then submit. So once this is done, the response is recorded on the backend. Now they want to move to the next step, that is the inventory catalog. So they can look into the catalog that here, like what is the inventory, and they can add accordingly the inventory, etc. Once that is done, then they can submit the response. So this is mostly to check in how much inventory is there, and then update the requirements as per the customer. Now the next step is simple, just checkout. Checkout should also happen from the same location of the customer again, and then if there is some remarks, they can add them. If not, they can just put on none here and take a picture, whatever they want to update from store location. If you want to take the store picture or the stock that is being went out, picture of that, etc. So once that is done, the response is submitted again. So now the agent successfully has checked out from the location, right? Now let me show you a couple more things, right? So in your as a manager, right, end of the day you want to look into certain data points, right? So we have some attractive dashboards to show you these data points, right? Now let's say there's customer metrics, right? Here you can see number of visits being paid, right, to each customer. So there are different customer categories that you divide. For example, here it's divided into bronze, gold maker, and silver member, right? So now you can see here number of customers and average number of visits that is being done to these customers in these in this set of divisions that we did here. And now you can also see the average number of revenue that is being generated from set particular divided customer zones, right? And now going further, some more metrics like region wise it can be divided into, right? Let's say here is New York and California, the number of customers, average visits that have been paid to these customers, etc. And again here, if you can see average revenue per customer and also overall revenue that has been generated per customer. So all these details have been provided here for you. Now going on further, you can also see certain details like the different lead stages that can be set prior. So now let's say the 7 customers are divided, like 4 of them are in lead stage, 3 of them are still in awareness stage, right? And here you can get more details about the customers, address, and all these details are there here. Going down further, You can see how many customers are new, how many customers are existing customers, percentage slab there, and number of customers that are in low risk, right? They're not high risk, but this things also can be set prior so that you can have a clear metrics that can be shown here. And further down, you can also put down a field proxy index bucket, like, for example, 0 to 1, right? There are very new customers, right? There are 4 customers who are super new, and based upon number of visits, you can also categorize them on a scale to 0 to 6, and that can be reflected here, right? So 4 customers are very very new, and the percentage slab, average number of visits. So based upon the visits, the scale is, or the index bucket is reflected here. So after average visits are 5, then the scale is around 4 to 6. So the data is also here. So you know that how many times a customer is being visited, and how many customers are in this high visiting, regular visits have been done. So all this data can be reflected for you. Now you can also look into customers inventory, what is happening there as well, right? So there's a customer inventory dashboard. You can see on a broader scale which agent is quantity that is being sold to a customer, and what is happening on a daily basis on a whole, right? And going further, you can also see latest inventory updates that are happening here. If you see the customer and the quantity that is there and their location. Further down, you can see in more depth, right, what is happening to your products, right? Here, let's say quantity that is being there at your quantity, inventory quantity, and then number of customers currently using that quantity, and average quantity at one particular customer's location. So this metrics can be seen here for you, and then this low inventory locations are also being tagged here. Now the visit metrics, right? You can also see how many visits your field agents have been visiting, right? What is happening to the visits that they are regularly doing it, right? So every time, as I said, there's a check-in and check-out that happens. So on a whole, you can also record the time when they're coming in, John, and when they're checking out, and how much time they're spending at the customer's location is also saved. So all this data on a broader scale is reflected here for you. And if you go further down, the visit is also being distributed here. If you can see how many visits on a scale, 2 to 5 visits, how many percentage of them are visiting, right? Only 1 visit is done to customers. Only 42 of your customers are being paid only 1 visit. That metrics is here. And 14% of your customers, for example, here are being paid 6 to 10 times of visits, right? So this metrics is clearly reflected here. And going on for the number of customers, for most productive hours, right? So here, if you see, on an average at 4 p.m, let's say, 8 visits have been done. So it seems to be that 2 to 4 or 5 seems to be the most productive hours for your field agents, right? So you can expect a lot of visits happening around them at that time. So these metrics can also be seen here for you. And further down, you can see what is the total existing customers, data, and low risk, how many customers are there, what is the details of there, and based upon the visit, the location or how is it spread is also tracked here for you, right? So these are all the data points that we can show you on the dashboard, and a lot more can be done also. So I hope this video can solve whatever the questions you had about the application. And so if not, feel free to reach out to us at any time. We are more than happy to help you out here. Okay, thank you so much for your time.